Kingston. The member from Kitchener-Conestoga.
Thanks, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Premier, your Treasury Board President claimed yesterday that Metrolinx would not cut service levels to pay for the 8.5% wage increase you doled out to 1,850 transit workers in June. Does that mean you're planning to pass these costs on to GO riders with even higher fares?
Good question.
Thank you.
Good question.
Premier, sorry.
Mr. Speaker, I know that the President of the Treasury Board will want to comment on this, but I just want to reinforce what I said yesterday, which is that we are well aware that in terms of collective bargaining with public sector employees, that it is very necessary that we hold to the funding levels that are in place now, and that we work to bargain within those funding levels. That's exactly what happened with Metrolinx. The increases over the 4 years, because the member opposite is making it sound like that increase is all in 1 year, but it is not. It is over 4 years, Mr. Speaker. So that increase of to about 2% a year, Mr. Speaker, is found within the funding levels that already exist. That's what we have committed to. That's what has been delivered in this collective agreement, Mr. Speaker.
Premier, you should know that millions of dollars for pay hikes can't be created out of thin air. You need to cover these new costs either by cutting services or by raising revenue. And so far, you've shown that your favorite method to make up for the shortfalls is raising fares.
Fees and taxes.
Premier, can you tell this House how much in total your 8.5% pay raise for 1,850 workers will cost?
That's not zero.
So, Mr. Speaker, let me just use an example, because I think this is a broader issue. You know, the members on the other side immediately go to cutting and slashing services. That's the framework within which they operate. That was their entire platform. That's what they campaigned.
The member from Renfrew will come to order. Please finish.
Let me give you an example of how you can constrain costs, change the way service is delivered, Mr. Speaker, at the same time. If you look at the healthcare system in Ontario, and you look at the way services are being changed in terms of moving them into the community, making sure that people get healthcare and home care at home rather than in an acute care bed, Mr. Speaker, that kind of transformation has the benefit of saving money, Mr. Speaker, and delivering better service. That's what we're talking about.
Thank you. Final supplementary.
Premier, you have consistently raised transit fares while adding more than 225 Metrolinx employees to the Sunshine List since 2007.
Wow.
With hundreds of Metrolinx staff already making more than $100,000 a year, could you explain how many more will soon be added to the Sunshine List with your 8.5% wage increase?
Well, Mr. Speaker, the reality is that we believe that supporting and investing in transit, whether it is GO service, Mr. Speaker, whether it's municipal transit, we actually have that as a foundation of our economic plan, Mr. Speaker. We know how important it is to the people who travel regionally in the Greater Toronto-Hamilton area and to people across the province, so that making those investments in transit and transportation infrastructure is foundational to our plan. So the member opposite is going to try to undermine that plan. He is going to try to make a critique of that plan that will stick. In fact, Mr. Speaker, we know that people want more investment in transit. They want to be able to travel full-day, two-way GO, Mr. Speaker, and that is the plan that we are putting forward. Those are the investments that we are going to make, and it will benefit his constituents, Mr. Speaker.